So what's going on everyone, welcome back to another video. And in this video we're going to do a review of Cornmother one shot by Alexandra Leda Green. It was published by Blue Fox Comics. And yeah, for those of you who don't know how I do these types of videos, it's pretty simple. I should go to, let's say, an indie comic, in this case from Scotland, or could be an European comic. Technically it is European, but since it's not on the continent, you'll get my point. It could be an American comic, manga, European webcomic, or something from South America, from at least from let's say 2011 till present day. And of course, in case of Tales from the Past, it's going to be an could be an American comic, European comic, maybe a manga from the 60s to let's say 2011. And how we break it down, pretty simple again. We go through who the team is. In this case it's easy because it's done by one person and one publisher. We'll get to that later. We do a quick synopsis. In this case it's going to be a long synopsis because there's a lot to of context to be taken from the story, and a lot of influences that I'll also discuss. Also give a little bit of my own experience with it, due to my roots. We do a quick breakdown. Of course, there are 33 pages, something like that, so it could be quick, could be not. Then we go to the good, bad and ugly, so plus and minus, where we put all the good things against the bad things. And yeah, we give a final verdict that goes from, let's say, 10 out of 100, this was 1 out of 10, till 100 out of 100, that's an 10 out of 10. It won't be a 10 out of 10 this time, but it's going to be pretty close for multiple reasons. And of course, you might find some things with my review or my opinions that you might disagree with. And if that's the case, hey, no problem, totally fine. Even if you have a problem with the publisher or with this particular creator, no problem, but try to keep it civil, you know. My goal of these types of videos is trying to bring back, yeah, you could call it what Captain Furrow calls the old school days or the old school times. But I prefer to call it the simpler time, where we could just, yeah, before the days of, let's say, the internet, before YouTube, before the super chats, where you could just discuss whether a comic is good or not, which character could be who, if there's a good balance between writing and art, and if there's a good panel to page ratio. Those are the discussions that I want to have. And that's not all. I'll also be using yeah, the official Blue Fox Comics web store / website to give some context for the synopsis, for the plot, etc. and who the creative team is. And also if you hear the paper rattle, in between the beautiful music of Spring in Russia by Alexandra Leda. Here I said his name. I'll also be putting the link down to the song in the description, so you could find it for yourself. Because yeah, it's royalty free, but I'm nice enough to give it credit. If you hear the paper rattle, I made some notes because I like to be prepared. So without further ado, let's get into the video and into the review. There's some roots of the mice and what's all about. I'm scrolling a bit. Cornmother, it's writing and art is by Alexandra Leda Green and published by Blue Fox Comics in between 2020 and 2025. So within the time period of 2011 till present day. And what the synopsis is all about. Basically, it's based on pre-Christian pagan superstition. The case, what you can find in Scotland, Ireland, Wales, Sweden, Poland, Russia. But in the case of the Cornmother, I could give a little bit of context about what I found about it. In my language, you call it, yeah, Grey Mother. But in, yeah, apparently in English they call it Cornmother. I wonder if they call it in British English Mice Mother, but different story, I digress. It's basically a figure woven from the last sheaf of corn or mice at the end of the harvest. then ploughed back into the first furrow of the next season. And the doll basically gives the spirit of the corn or maize a resting place between planting cycles to take a rest, etc. And in case if you provoke it, I don't know what happens, but it could be either bad harvest or in this case worse. We'll get to that later. It's a thing. It goes back a long time. In this case of back to before Christianity entered, let's say, the UK and other parts of the world. It was quite familiar, and it was quite a common custom in countries like Scotland, was now Scotland, Ireland, but also Sweden, Poland, Russia. But the Cornmother had their own version as well in, let's say, South America. In this case in Peru, which is surprising to me, but because Peru and Colombia, Bolivia, Chile, I've seen more things about potatoes because it's the crop that originates from there. But also maize was quite an important crop slash part element of their daily diet. But I wonder if let's say, I think maize had more of a symbolic and meaning, and it's an important source of food, way more important in countries like basically the Yucatan Peninsula, central Mexico, and countries like Guatemala, Belize, El Salvador, Honduras, over there. So in this case, a synopsis. After young Ruth, I hope I spell her name correctly, discovers a doll in the barn, starts speaking to her, not wistful, but in this case, I said to not provoke the Cornmother, a malevolent being looking for revenge or to be planted back into the soil. Because she doesn't like to be out of the soil because she can't plant a root. Let's just keep it like that. So now we get into the breakdown. So here's Ruth looking into into the barn. Finds a little doll next to the side, or the. I think it's a side, but I'm not sure. It could be another thing. So there's a name for it, like sis knife or something. And she looks at it, and the doll, in this case the Cornmother, calls to her, Ruth, Ruth. Ruth didn't know when the dolly appeared in the barn. There you are, come along. But it was after she first saw it that she had the dream. Oh, this should be good. It was summer, the most beautiful Ruth had ever seen. So you see the corn or the maize before it gives birth to the crop, to the kernels, to the maize ears, or the corn ears, however you call it. The sun. Kind woman stroked Ruth's hair. Oh, I already know where this is going and I love it. And whispered. She was so nice at Ruth. Didn't mind that her hands were scratchy hay or her nails digging into Ruth's skin. Whew. I love this already. Are you the dolly from the barn? No, but I live here. I live there. In the barn? No, child. In the doll. Beautiful. That's lovely. So, flash forward. Here's a beautiful farmer village. Father's giving, feeding the chickens. Sometimes I wish I could live on a farm like that. But then again, I'm kind of stuck between, let's say, I'm not too accustomed accustomed to, let's say, farm life, but I'm not too accustomed to the big city either. I need to move to a small village or something, but different story, I digress. So she talks, why is that doll on its own in the barn? How are you so hosey? Read Ruth, how are you so hosey? Still so unaware. So, digs up, some worms, etc. It's the Cornmother. We make it from the final sheath of corn at the end of each harvest. It stays inside until spring. Then we plough it back into the first furrow of the season. Anyway, Ruth, don't... Christ. Nothing but a lash egg. Oof. Someone's scaring the girls. And yeah. I would see what's scaring them. Flash egg. It's covered in vines. Roots from corn or mice plants. So then again, she's dreaming. But the roots of the mice find their way into her bed. Like a predator stalking her prey. And she comes to the conclusion that we already knew already. You're the Cornmother. That's right, child. You're so clever. Would you like to come to see me? So she makes like a trail to the, let's say, the mice fields. The Cornmother told Ruth to come to the fields, but to bring the corn doll with her. She even told Ruth the way to avoid Mr. Barnes' noisy dog. That's useful. It's like a Venus flytrap attracting her prey. Love this already. So she makes it over the fence, takes the doll with her through the mice field, and yeah, she finds the roots reaching out for her and fasten the doll. The Cornmother commands. It's your home. No, child. Not a real one. And yeah, Jim fastens the doll and would you rather a home with roots or veins? And yeah, say bye-bye to your little girl, Ruthie. She's now part of her now, of the Cornmother. And yeah, find an empty bed the next morning, and growing a young plant of mice. As the mice grows a new crop, a new ear. That's the end of the story. But here's the thing about the artist. Alex tells stories inspired by mundanity and folklore. In her spare time, she consumes an excessive quantity of tea and befriends magpies. Ah, that's cute. Here's where you could, yeah, read her website. alexleda.co.uk at yeah. You could see the rest on the screen. I don't need to explain you anything. Here's the back cover of the corn and the doll, and that's the end of this issue. So before that, I'm going to drink a cup of tea first, or at least one of the last sips. Because it's time for the breakdown. Plus and minus. The cover is interesting. It really sets the tone perfectly. Rough, dark, a little supernatural. A little bit of mythology in it. I really like that. Little yeah, pagan elements as well. There's a good balance between writing and art. It's a great fusion / inspiration of pagan folklore and the concept of the Cornmother. That's yeah, and the crop of corn / maize. It's a vital crop. Not just in yeah, let's say European countries in Scotland, Wales, Ireland, but also in Peru. And fun fact also that I forgot to mention: the Coptic Christians from the Coptic Orthodox Church, the native Christians of Egypt, they sometimes hold, I don't know exactly when, I read somewhere that they also make some yeah, corn-like dolls from the last sheaf of the corn at the end of the harvest. Which is a pretty interesting concept. It kind of originates from the ancient Egyptians, and they, as you might know, due to their location, they adopted some of the pagan elements into yeah, their religion. It's kind of a synergy that happened over time. I love that wink, especially not just because I have roots in South America, but even though I'm more raised with potatoes, because it was because my country is close to the Andes than to let's say Yucatan in central Mexico. But yeah, it makes you think. It reminds me a little bit of a Pokemon creepy pasta, and there's a great rereading factor in it if you have yeah, roots. See what I did there? To countries where yeah, let's say corn or maize is grown as a vital crop. There's a lot of yeah, not only mythology but also yeah, part of your daily life. And yeah, unfortunately I couldn't use Buried Alive by Avenged Sevenfold from their album Nightmare, just after their previous drummer died. That sucks. The only down part is too few to mention. The only thing is the art is not for everyone. If you like more realistic superhero / American style art, don't click on this. Don't even follow it. So there might be some things that you might miss, some small details. So yeah, if that doesn't stop you, go ahead and dig in, because you're in for a ride. Let me just put it like that. So we're getting to the final verdict. Well, for me, due to the things that I mentioned, due to there's layers to it, I give this an 86 out of 100. I could see why this won the Comic Scene Awards, even though I think System Error should have won, but that's like comparing apples to oranges. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, it captures the horror element better than what you see in A Town by the Sea. By a mile, by a landslide. Just put it like that. I'm getting into land, crops, soil. But yeah, I could see why it won the best indie comic, and yeah, I must say, Alexandra Leda Green, she absolutely nailed it. There's no other way to put it, and yeah, that trophy was well deserved, or that award was well deserved. And yeah, muchas gracias, and yeah, that's it for the video. So if you'd like to see me make more videos like this, or discuss certain topics like this, leave a like, subscribe if you want to. And if you'd like to see what I'm working on with my hardworking friend, Java Warrior Issue 2 Ascension is now available on Global Comics. Due to some things with originality, and due to the fact that it didn't quite meet my expectations I originally had, we decided to rework chapter 1, so you have a better connection with chapter 2, and delay the release of chapter 3 till yeah, the first chapter is finished. Because yeah, it's something that had to be done, and I'd rather win, yeah, I'd rather lose than win in an unfair way. Let's just put it like that. Make out of it what you want. That's all I have to say about this. Anyway, talk to you guys later, and make sure to check out Cornmother on the side of Blue Fox Comics. I put the link down in the description, and yeah, talk to you guys later. Chicos, chicas, hasta la próxima. I'd like to say in Japanese, ja matane.